and City Engineer Wayne Martin to give you an update on the latest. What we've had happen here, as you may already have figured out, is that a historic wing wall of the Mulberry Street Bridge, which was supporting a surface parking lot, has collapsed. It has collapsed down onto the buildings along Cameron Street, and as of this moment, we do not believe anyone was injured. The street and the bridge are both currently closed, and to update you on the latest from an emergency management standpoint, I'll let Chief Enterline talk about what we're doing.
This afternoon, we had crews actually coming down to do some training underneath the Mulberry Street Bridge. At 16:29, they witnessed a car cascading down off of the parking lot from the McFarland Press building. We had collapse of a large section of wall, about 4 stories of a concrete retaining wall come down. And because of that collapse, we have partial collapse of 2 buildings, Howard Tire and also the motorcycle shop. Upon arrival of our folks, our structural specialists and our rescue specialists went in, did a quick search, talked with the employees. We're sure that we have everybody that was in those businesses are all accounted for. We have other additional resources coming in from both York and Lancaster County through the South Central Counterterrorism Task Force. They're going to bring us some additional structural specialists, some additional rescue specialists, and engineers, and we're going to go in. We also have a canine coming to make sure that we have nobody in the actual rubble pile that come down. The area is frequented by homeless, so we want to make sure that we have everybody accounted for in the area. This is going to be a very long, very drawn-out process. So it is by far stabilized at this point. We still have in the background, you can still see dirt cascading in on top. So it is still a very active situation. And right now, the utmost importance is the safety of our personnel. So we're taking this as a very, very slow process going forward.
So as far as the bridge is concerned, problems with the bridge or anything that we should worry about?
Right now we have a structural engineer from PennDOT on scene. He's evaluating that. And like the mayor said, we did have part of the wing wall pulled away and collapsed on top, and that's, we believe, what also contributed to the slough in of the surface parking lot. There is a car. You will see a car if you're shooting from the bridge. You'll see there is a car on top of the rubble pile. That car was checked. There are no victims in that car, and we believe that is the only car that was on that surface lot at the time. We're trying to see if there's any video from the McFarland Press building that we can look at to make sure that nobody else was in that area when the collapse occurred.
And it's just at this point seems just like a natural collapse. Like
correct.
Just the ground gave.
Correct. At this point, just a natural collapse.
You don't think, and I don't know whether this is the engineering question, that any of the work that was done had anything to do with this?
Yeah, we won't even speculate at this point. It is way too early to start figuring out exactly what failed.
And where were they training? The firefighters?
They were actually over on the other side on 10th Street. And they watched, in fact, as I was in my office getting ready to leave, and their radio transmission was, we just had a car fall off the Mulberry Street Bridge on the Cameron Street. They didn't realize the brevity of the situation until they actually pulled in and saw the rubble pile.
So pieces of the bridge did in fact fall. It was part of the bridge.
The wing wall fell in from the bridge, correct, which essentially holds the dirt back from coming out around the bridge.
And who owns the bridge?
It is PennDOT's bridge.
PennDOT's
correct.
Bridge. And then pieces of the parking lot fell, and that would be ownership of the
McFarland Press, correct.
Okay.
The parking lot that fell is part of the McFarland Press, and we lost probably 30 foot of the parking lot out of the McFarland Press building.
Thanks.
As far as street closures, any idea? A lot of people wondering when these streets are going to be back open, Market to Berry Hill?
Not for a long time, I think, at this point. So no decisions yet for tomorrow, but certainly not in the short term.